was in high school, I started playing guitar. It wasn't so much an interest of working with my hands, although I made all kinds of things as a kid growing up in Virgil. Mostly I was making slingshots and just generally learned to whittle wood really well. But no, I started taking guitar lessons when I was in high school, playing classical guitar for the most part. And at one point, my teacher had a beautiful guitar made by Edgar Munch, handmade guitar, and I was in love with that guitar. I wanted a guitar like that. When I found out how much a guitar like that would cost, my hair stood on end. I thought, my God, I can never afford something like that. At one point, my teacher showed me a guitar made by a young maker in Toronto, Jean Larrivée. Wow, there's someone right here, a young guy doing this. And subsequently, I met him at a concert and asked him if I could work with him. I figured the only way I could get a really nice guitar like that was to make one for myself. Anyway, at the time I was in teacher's college, and he said, well, come to my shop on Tuesday and we'll talk about it. Monday I went into teacher's college and said goodbye to everyone. Tuesday I went into Larrivée's shop, and from there I started working with him. Anything I do, I like to do well. And when I make guitars, I want to make the best guitar that I can, every time. And as I already said, usually I fail. I can see room for improvement in almost every guitar that I make. So then I have to make another one to try to make it better. So this is all set. All the slots are cut accurately, square to the center line. The fingerboard has the correct taper. And I'll still be gluing binding strips onto the edge of the fingerboard, and that hides the frets, that will hide the fret slots on the edge. I'm not sure yet what kind of wood I'll use for that. When I started with the McDonald guitar, first of all, I looked at his work, his paintings, his travels, and some of which were right around this area, by the way, the Gatineau area. He traveled pretty widely. He did paintings in Nova Scotia, Northern Ontario, this area here. So it just occurred to me I'd like to make a guitar with materials from those areas, from where he actually worked and painted. Because I don't have any inlay skills that can really represent McDonald, I thought I'd represent him by making the guitar out of materials where he traveled and worked.
My dad is, how many words do I have to describe him? As many as I like?
My dad is an individual kind of guy. He thinks his own way.
He's eccentric. He's a craftsman in everything he does. It's the way it's actually the way he lives his life.
My dad is passionate about his work, passionate about his family.
My dad's very weird, but he's also one of the most hardworking people I know. I'm always striving to work as hard as he does.
My dad is eclectic, very original. There's not really anyone I know that's quite like him, but he's amazing. He has an outlook on life that you don't see very often.
What's important to me is to really have a life filled with joy and filled with things that I like doing, to have things that I want, and to basically to enjoy my life. My life is all about just experiencing joy as much as possible. And making beautiful guitars gives me joy. Watching my grandchildren grow up, interacting with them. After making many guitars, I still love it. I'm still excited about it. Some days more than others, obviously. But yeah, just generally, it beats working for a living. I like what I'm doing.